Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout for Hip Kit Club. I'm using the August 2020 Hip Kits, most of which is exclusive, but this is an assignment for Mixed Media Monday, so I'm really focusing mostly on the colour kit. So in the colour kit this month we have 3 ink pads which are by Prima, and they're those fantastic stackable ones that are magnetic. I think they're so awesome. Yeah, I am working on using the ink pads today to create a background. So confession time, I have actually started this layout 3 times already and I wasn't happy with how it was looking. I wanted the ink to be intense, and when I tried to apply the ink with the packaging technique, it just wasn't strong enough. So that's why I decided to go for actually smearing the ink pads onto the background, directly onto the white background. Literally applied the ink pad to the background, so no middleman, if you like. So I started off with a bit of red that I did in the middle, then I added some of the purple around the edges, and then I added the dark blue. It looks really dark on screen, but actually in real life it's not so dark. I guess it's dried a bit lighter, but also it's not as, it just looks really dark on the screen that I'm looking at right now, but it's really not that dark. It's a lovely colour blue, actually, really nice. It's kind of like a purpley blue. So I also added some ink splatters over the top, and now I'm coming in with the stamp from this month's, the August stamp kit, which is a fabulous Pinkfresh Studio nested chevrons stamp. So I'm just going to stamp tone on tone, and I'm going to just take my that small chevron, that small triangle, and get that stamped over the same colours. So I'm doing the blue stamping on the blue area, and the purple stamping on the purple area, and the red stamping on the red area. Now whenever I use triangles, I like them to be pointing towards my photo. Bit like if I have a piece of bird ephemera, it's got to be flying towards the photo, not away from it. So that's a bit of a thing that I just worries me a bit. Arrows as well, same thing, they have got to be pointing towards the photo. It really bothers me if they're pointing off the page. So that's why I've got some pointing down and some pointing up, because I want them all to be pointing towards my photo. Now once I create the layout, there's not you don't see much of the stamping, to be honest. It is quite subtle because the ink pads have gone onto the background quite intensely. So when I was to stamp over the top, you couldn't really see them that well. You can see it a bit, but you can certainly see it a lot better in real life. But on camera and my photos, you can't see the stamping as well. Plus, of course, I cover most of it up because it's a mixed media layout, and therefore you know, whenever I make mixed media layouts, I tend to cover up practically the entire background, just the way it seems to go. Anyway, so I've got my photo. I'm doing a back to school layout. So in the UK, we go back to school at the beginning of September. I know some places in the States go back earlier in August time, but we are definitely September. So I've only just got my back to school photos sorted, really. So I've already done one layout, I think, of the 2 of them, but this one is just my daughter. So this is her back to school layout. I will do one for my son as well, and now I need to do another one for my little one who's just started preschool as well. So he's only 2, bless him. Anyway, going back to this one, and my daughter, so she's going back to school. She's delighted to be back at school. I am delighted they're all back at school, and I'm just pulling out bits and pieces from the ephemera that fit her personality and fit the colours. So these colours are quite well, this kit is quite masculine, although there is a very masculine and feminine side to this kit this month. So there are definitely some like girly papers and definitely some more boy themed papers, but because I've got the purple and the blue and the reds in the ink pads in the colour kit, I decided that I was going to stick with that as my colour scheme, whether it was girly or not. So I really love the ephemera. All the ephemera this month is exclusive. It's completely awesome. So we've got ephemera, we've got puffy stickers, we've got chipboard stickers. So I've just going, and we've got floral ephemera as well. So I'm literally going through all of those things and pulling out the bits that work with these colours. So I'm pulling out the blue things to go on the blue section, the red things to go on the red section, although my red section is not very big. So I didn't have much red on there. And then the purple on the purple section. Now there's various like different colours of purple. There's some like real pinky purple, and then there's some more lilac-y purple and some like hyacinth purple. So anything goes as far as I was concerned, because it's a shade of that colour. And then the blue's the same. So we've got some really, really light blue, and then we've got some darker blue too, and navies. So but say anything goes. If it's blue, it goes in the blue section. But what I didn't want was loads of other colours. So did you see the flower I just used there has got a bright yellow centre, and I didn't want to bring in yellow as a colour, so I'm just hiding that section underneath my photo and just having the purple petals sticking out. I wanted to mount my journaling card. I wanted to mount my photo, and I decided to go for the tissue paper that we got in this month's kit. It was just the perfect colour to match the ink pad that was the purple on the background. So I've just mounted it with a small border all the way around and a larger border at the bottom, which I've torn off. So this photo is kind of a Polaroid style anyway, so it has a wider white border at the bottom of the photo anyway, and that gave me the perfect place to put my title. So I have various titles on this layout. I loved all the words on the chipboard sheet, and also there were some words in the floral ephemera too. So I've pulled out the word bright, and that's going to go, there it is. I thought for a second I'd not done it yet. So I pulled out the word bright, and that's going to be one of the words. Then at the top I've got yay, and over on the right hand side in the blue section I've got yes you can. They're all brilliant, perfect, sum up this layout well. All about kind of, even though this is really not a traditional back to school themed layout, or certainly the colours are not traditional back to school, I love the sentiment behind some of those phrases, and they all apply well to school. So at this point I'm nearly done actually, and I'm thinking, what do I do now? Because normally this type of layout would take me like forever, but it came together super quick. But then I started thinking or worrying about the fact that my top left corner was a bit bare, and I wondered if I should try to do something in that top corner. So I spent a bit of time faffing around with these hexagons. Now these hexagons are from that fabulous hexagon paper, I think it's called Behave, that's in the kit, and I loved it. The colours were perfect, it just was brilliant. However, I was trying to cut a formation to go in the top corner, and first of all it was too big, then I cut some down, and then I still didn't like it. No matter how many times I did this, I tried lots of different formations, but I just didn't like them. I think it's because the shape of the corner didn't match the shape of my mixed media. So in the end I decided to go for something a bit more subtle, and I'm just going to fold over that corner and put that piece of striped paper behind it. So I still used the hexagon paper, but not the hexagon sides. I actually didn't check to see what it looked like with the hexagons. I should have done that, but I went for the striped bit instead. And actually I do like how that looks, and it just gives it a little something of interest up there without being overpowering. So I'm happy with that. I am happy with how it turned out. I've used marshmallow cardstock for my background because I'm using mixed media. If anyone is familiar with marshmallow cardstock, it's very thick. So to fold over that triangle at the top, it won't stay flat. So I'm going to need to do something about that in a moment. Okay, so still just checking out my layout, making sure everything's stuck down. I've added in the blue strawberry that wasn't stuck before, so I've done that. And now I'm just going to deal with that top corner. There's some brads, real brads, the ones that you poke through the page and split pin on the other side. So I thought I would use one of those. They didn't have any navy ones, which would have been good. On that set, so I've gone for a light blue aqua. Now I have got aqua in the layout because the strawberry is that colour and the suitcase is that colour, so it was okay, but I would have preferred a darker one, but it's definitely okay. I also added a couple of enamel dots up there as well, so navy one and a pink one. or a reddish one even. And then I've just added some enamel dots to my layout as well, colour on colour. Now I didn't have any purple enamel dots, so I pulled out a Nuvo drops that I've had in a previous kit. So it came in a previous kit, I can't remember when. I'm going to try and guess, but there's no point because I've really got no idea when it was. I don't even know if it was this year, but we have definitely had that in a kit before, and it was the right colour to go over the purple section, so that was ideal. I then spent some time looking for my navy one that came in this month's kit, couldn't find it anywhere. I did locate it later on in a completely different kit. I don't know what I was thinking, I just put it in with the wrong supplies. Anyway, I'm glad to have located it. I didn't use that on this layout because I didn't need to, because I'd got the navy blue enamel dots, and also I couldn't find it. That was the main reason I didn't use it. Okay, so I'm just handwritten in my journaling, which is about going back to school, and that's me done. So I hope you have enjoyed this layout. I really loved making this background for Mixed Media Monday. Don't forget that if you are a Hip Kit Club subscriber, you get the main kit at a reduced price. You get 15% discount off of all the add-on kits, and you get access to exclusive subscriber cut files. So lots of reasons to subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me. That was Nikki Rowland for Hip Kit Club.